He said he was a bitch. Yeah, we gonna say the name, and I want to be clear. Like, where has Jeremy Green been since? To alleged friend, and I mean, he's implicating himself in some things if something was there. And then why you fuck with a 16-year-old? No, you should call the police immediately. Hmm. And then he said my man beat me. Jeremy Green knows a lot about me. That's very weird. That's very interesting. No, we gonna stay on me because it's weird. Is y'all hosts is always like, oh, let's go to the next one. No, when I'm here to speak, y'all was all up in the chat like that, and now like I'm speaking and I'm here talking about myself. It's like, oh, let's move on. You hosts always do that. No, I'm here now. What's up? We gonna stay on topic. You got questions? Exactly,
No, I
because
think the
that's what it
fact
is.
is
Everybody want to kiki and joke around,
people
and I
was
want to make it
asking for a
clear.
remove Ion. It's just the
I want to
fact
make it
is
real
that lady and
clear.
her lashes.
Jeremy Green did. If we're gonna believe stuff that Jeremy Green said, we're gonna have to also believe some of the stuff that he done said about some other people. Okay, because he had did drag and have arguments on these on with some people in these rooms when back then when they was upset when he said nigga. But I guess that doesn't matter anymore because it's when a person you don't like. When he was like being in black festivities and stuff. But it's a person you don't like. That's when you want to use the white man's word against people. But yeah, what other questions do you have? I'm here.
I don't think nobody really actually had no questions. We just went from the Nelson thing to I think they played Joe clip earlier, but a lot of people because Lake and her lashes done and your lash tech for running your other account. But yeah, everybody was just like,
Move on. And the move on came in when I decided to come in this space, and I said, "Hey, we're going to talk about something while I'm not here, and it's about me." Like, why do we do that? Like, why do we always do that? Every time a person comes in the room, we go on mute now.
Oh no, I definitely said move on in the chat because we had already heard it. And then she's getting her lashes done. And she's the only hot take I said to this. So
What? Say that
there's
again.
that. I said I definitely said move on in the chat because we had already heard it. And the
Hmm.
only thing when she was like, let's dissect, I asked you directly. So I don't know if you're directing all this to the stage or the chat.
No, I'm directing. I'm directing it to who have a question. I think that we should dissect it, but I'm here, so let's dissect it all together.
well, for one, who is Jeremy Green?
This white boy who been annoying everybody since literally the start of Clubhouse.
I
Not
guess
even a season.
because I
Since
guess I
the
don't go
start.
in Nelson no room or different shit like that. When people was like, oh, he was a part of me, I was like,
Nah, he
okay,
been
a few other white people.
everywhere.
And I want to be clear. I just want to clarify this really quick. The believing part it doesn't really matter to me. Like I like clubhouse people, they don't direct or dissect or get to, you know, have an opinion on and I'm just like, wow, people on Clubhouse actually believe what people said. Like I don't give a fuck if y'all do believe it. What y'all ain't gonna do shit. I mean, y'all have been on stage the believing. Like, I don't care who the fuck you are. Just like I told Jeremy, Mr. Sign to Diddy, get him his booty beat up. Um, do no things. I will though. I will.
Did you see in the chat that somebody believed him?
No, I'm not saying that. I said I don't care. I was just because somebody said that we don't believe him.
So
I'm saying
wait,
that.
this since you do have the music, like was y'all ever in the vicinity?
Like together.
Yeah, cause
Oh,
or
do you want me to
whatever,
just
like
tell the story?
yeah, tell your story.
Okay, there you go. And I'm not being sarcastic to anybody. Like I'm just saying, like I'm talking to the
No, I
trolls,
get
not y'all specifically. So, because it's just certain people in the chat who are in every room that talks about me, and I just like to show up every time because they say, "Oh, like let's move on," but they're here every time. Um, so what happened was there was a situation where I was dealing with somebody, who is pretty big. And at first I thought it was a joke because I get really scary when people try to talk. It get real dangerous out here. But he was like, "Oh, okay, let's actually chill and hang out." So, I did fly out. on his dollar, nice hotel, everything great. But then out of nowhere, like he wanted to hang out in public, which is kind of like weird to me because I don't know how that worked. I'm, I don't really do that that type of stuff.
Child, I know that.
Because it's real scary. Because you, like Mira, you know industry people like
No,
if something
I know all sides of how that works. You ain't got to
yeah, we
explain.
can't like I don't and but then to come out and when we went to a party, it was almost like everybody knew what was going on and what was happening and everybody was okay with it. You know, so then I thought that I had saw this guy. I thought it was Jeremy Green, but I didn't really know. But that's how things happen, and things worked out. But then so it got really messy that night. All involved. If there was a 16-year-old involved, I don't know anything about that. I know this man is a grown fucking adult. He's well known in the industry. So if he's 16, then he lying to all of us, okay? And that, but another thing that ended up happening was, there was like a little issue in the nighttime because it was getting late, and I guess I didn't make it clear what was supposed to happen and how things were supposed to go down. So people were confused on, I guess somebody told somebody else something else that this was supposed to be like maybe like a freak off chaotic. And but I got my money though, so that's what I'm.
Well, all right.
And I'm confused because the reason I'm just shocked that Jeremy would actually bring that up publicly because that's something that if the whole story comes out, you know,
Well, you know, Cat
that
Williams already
implicates
said this the
everybody.
year of exposure, child.
If the whole story comes out about how that night went down, it's going to be bad. So I was confused at what was because I thought maybe he was like dropping hints and trying to like troll it, but I kind of serious. So that's when I said, okay, so can we tell the whole story? You know, because then we won't have to expose everybody. So there's a lot of people on here, who do weird stuff. And do interesting stuff. And I have the whole facts. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to know where he want to go because we could get there. Okay, like this was like 2 to 4. Something came out because I don't know if Jeremy was drunk or on coke. It's gonna be World War VII in this motherfucker. Okay, so that's just how things go down.
Now you done skip three, four, five, and all the way to seven.
Yeah, because people don't like to be outed like that. Like I'm not pro outed anybody. Okay, I'm not at all. Especially people who have money. That's and people who have power. You're supposed to just you know what you signed up for. There was no children. He tried to add that child thing to throw it off, and he's like, "Oh, you're on Grinder." First of all, one, I'm not on Grinder. Grinder is a social media app for gay people to have sex. I don't need to do that. Obviously, I could have sex with people on Clubhouse, if I wanted to. But Grinder is for people who are like fucking the rejects of the gay community. And he said I met somebody on Grinder. I don't mean nobody on Grinder. I don't have Grinder at all. Like you cannot. No, he didn't. Wack doesn't like to know about that type of stuff. He doesn't care about those types of things, so he wouldn't tell him those things either. Um, but not on Grinder. And then he said I met the boy at a party. Who brought the 16-year-old? Why would a famous person bring a 16-year-old into a club? That's weird. So someone is using your picture. There's no proof I'm on Grinder. There's no proof. Like he just said I was on the app. First of all, why does Jeremy Green know about Grinder? That's what we should. Why do straight men know what Grinder is? Like that's something that should trigger people. That's why I let Jeremy Green speak because I wanted him to tell on himself. Like if people didn't listen to the whole quote, I let Jeremy Green lead himself into what really almost happened, and then I pulled back and then I warned him. I said, "Do you want to go down this route?" Um, Darius said he thought it was a sandwich. Yeah, it's a pool boy. That's that's how that's how we that's how we that's the little hit for it. But no, it's very weird. And he like broke down the app and everything, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like you know about the app, that's totally fine. And then he talked about it being his friend and how he knows the 16-year-old too. Wow. So you know who the 16-year-old is, right? And so you just allowed the 16-year-old to go to a party to do what? Especially, and that's crazy because FYI, y'all, I don't know if y'all know, Jeremy Green was signed to Diddy. So I recorded that whole conversation. So I just wanted him to sing just good enough because if you're saying that you known that this was happening and you just big person in the industry and then you telling me that you have somebody that works for the FBI who who is going through my phone, but she was lying because he said that I'm on a router. In my place where I'm upstate, I don't have Wi-Fi up here. Okay, so I don't. It makes no purpose. I have Wi-Fi in too many places, and I'm not paying for it up here too. Um, but when he said, "Oh, check your router," I'm like, "Nigga, what are you talking about? Like, what router?" And then I'm like, "Oh, he's trying to make it seem like these people know my location, and if he did, he should come up and come up to this place." No, it's no. I was joking, Lydia. It's not a sandwich. I was just joking. Grinder is just grinder. So, yeah, and I guess he was trying to scare people and fearmonger, and he tried to direct the conversation to somewhere else, and I wanted to pull it back to the person that he was talking about in this alleged 16-year-old that was there. Um, that I was, dealing with allegedly. So, and they always try to do that. I'm so used to it now where every time you have an argument with a gay person, y'all always try to say that they're a predator or a pedophile. Okay, congratulations. I'm not gonna keep debating that. If that's what y'all feel that I am, oh well. I mean uh, y'all can think that. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do, period. And that's not be around children like that. Okay. I love kids, but just not in that way. Period. And a 16-year-old can't do shit for me. I'm not even playing. I date for money and I'm a hustler. We can't go look it up, y'all. You can Google the grinder sound. If you noise, that means that somebody is trying to get some ass for somewhere else. But in the situation where I was in there for money. I was not there for anything else. In a good time. So you know, what is a 16-year-old going to do?
Well, there it is.
And we asked him to show proof. I gave him his opportunity. I said, okay, listen, y'all. Like, show your proof. Like, what is the proof that you have of it? Like, you should have some text messages. Do you know Jeremy Green hacked into Chatter? The fact that y'all believe that is crazy. Do y'all know that they're trying to, him and Jonathan are together trying to build controversy around that app? Okay, they're going to be friends in a few days, but what they're doing is they're starting problems around all of Clubhouse and Twitter. To you know, say that again. With
Now I'm laughing because I was just like, this shit just, oh, that goddamn app. Mm-mm-mm. I like this shit just came out of nowhere, and I know a lot of us was just like, I don't know. I about to say I'm definitely not moving over to Chatter because shit don't make no sense. But it does sound plausible with you saying that they would be trying to start some controversy that somebody could do bots on Twitter and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And their grand opening quote unquote for their app is July 5th.
yeah, no, and that's what's happening. Like it's marketing. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stir up controversy for the app because here's how I know Whitney. I purposely went in that room. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the room when I was in Jonathan's room and I was reading the fuck out of Jeremy. And for somebody who hacked my app, I would have been like, "Fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! Fuck out of here!" Do 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 do. You know what I mean? Like I would have been dragging with it. But Jonathan was not Jonathan. Nelson was laughing, and I'm like, "Oh, this is not serious." Because if Nelson was really mad, he would have been dragging that motherfucker with me, and it really would have exposed some shit. but he didn't. So I'm like, okay, this is a play. Okay, so this is why Jeremy got like hurt because I did low blows, and that was that. But yeah, FYI, y'all, I'm being flown out tomorrow to see somebody. So off of Clubhouse, exciting. Hopefully, Jeremy tells y'all about that too. I don't think that Wack knew about the play. I think that Jeremy just did that because Jeremy and Nelson, they have a group chat where they like figure out things to stir the pot. Okay.
Not they messy.
Um.
Not they got a messy
Yeah, but did you
chat.
see that group chat? The messages?
No, I actually did because they so fucking square. I couldn't circle my mind around the shit. I'm like, nah,
No, but why are
it's
grown
giving.
three men in there gossiping?
Because this is their start to popularity. Like Ayaan, you've never seen that people ain't never been popular before, or they finally getting some getting a little bit of boost. They start like sniffing themselves. I mean, if we saw any of them three motherfuckers on the street, I don't know what Jeremy Green looked like. I look him up, but I mean, Nelson
Look
looked like a
Jeremy Green up
motherfucking
in Diddy
goddamn
and look up at his
turtle.
eye. The eye is fucked up. Diddy fucked him up.
So makeup, you coming in here, you promoting chowder. I thought
Hey,
that bitch ain't
babe.
even.
No, I saw what somebody put in the chat, and I was just saying I didn't even hear the conversation. I was just saying chatter is really good.
Are you going
I
over
haven't.
there?
Yeah, I was over there last week.
Are
It
they
was
in beta
amazing.
testing? What they shut down? What?
Yeah, it's beta. So I was like on the admin side, which from my understanding, he said that like the layout of it is all pretty much the same. So I think that things will be slightly different, but I loved it. I was actually very pleasantly surprised.
So what's the difference? Let's see what it is. And how many people were in the room with you guys?
So it was only 10 of us. This was last Saturday because I was on my way to a wedding, so it was in the morning time. Um I didn't even know any of the other people honestly that was in there except for Jonathan and Nelson. But it you could tell that like for a creator it's great, and you could tell that the person who was trying to implement things was a creator. So like he has a poll on there which is dope, and you can actually see the poll. Okay, so sorry, this is what
Oh,
I've
so
been telling
sort of like
people.
Riff.
I've never been on Rift.
Oh, yeah, you could be able to see polls and different things and all that stuff like that. It was on.
Yeah. So and well, you know that all of the social media sites, they're all gonna have pretty much the same
Yeah, they're gonna
thing.
bite.
Yeah. So pretty much the interface is pretty much just like this. So if you're looking at your screen at the bottom, you'll have the chat feature, the reaction feature. The reactions on Chatter are top tier. Like they're really good. And then like you have a place where you could do a poll. I didn't see that at the bottom, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know if like only moderators can do it. I'm assuming that's how it is on there. But when he put up the poll, uh I have up a block sign right now. So like when you know how you look at your screen when you're on a stage and you have people blocked, where that red bar is, that's pretty much where the poll comes up, and you can see like the percentages in live time. And then of course like the audio sounded so fucking good.
I bet you it did for only 10 people. Was there any other rooms in the, or y'all just had the one only room on the app
It
that's
was
like,
his one only room because it's still in beta, so it was like invite only. Which I mean it still is, but I'm saying like I know that he has like asked for people to come over, and then he's also letting people pick a friend to come over to like test it out. But my favorite part about it was, but that's just those are technical issues. So like it's hard to say how good the audio is going to be when it's
uh,
only
uh,
10 people on there
compared
versus
to a whole bunch of other
15,000
people.
people. Right. But those technical issues will eventually work themselves out. Like that's why they have specific people in certain roles on the admin side.
How
You
many,
can
oh, go ahead.
screenshot on chat. No, it's okay. Somebody was asking. You can screenshot from my understanding on Chatter. Um somebody was talking about that, but
Yeah.
I didn't get into all that.
So did he tell y'all what the max was going to be, how y'all can be able to monetize or anything else like that? Because when I asked him these questions, he 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 couldn't give me an answer worth shit.
Well, I actually didn't ask, just because I think that when I was on there, and by the way, y'all, I didn't get paid. So this is an honest review. I think it's perfect for some people. I honestly, of course, monetization is nice, but you can easily monetize on there yourself because of that video feature.
Like
So
Riff, okay.
on right, I guess. Yeah, because
Okay,
I know
y'all, I'm
that
not
Riff has
blind no
that.
more. I can see.
Good.
Period. Hey Maya.
Makeup was telling us about her venture out that's in Bay.
Girl, we not going to chapel.
Oh, you guys don't have to go. I'm just saying the people asked about it, so I was just telling them. My favorite part though was, I know that they're going back and forth between if they want 6 people to be able to go on camera at the same time, or like 4, but the setup of it was fire. So if Wit, Ion, and I wanted to get on camera right now, everything would be the same way that the stage is set up. The only thing is that our circle PTRs will turn into videos, and it's a little bit bigger. You can see everybody very clear, very, very clear. But like, it was dope because I wanted to see like how it would be when I was in the middle of nowhere. And since I waited my wedding, I got on camera when I was at my wedding. And it was nice because Jonathan was live and he had the music playing. And then I got on live and you could see my client really well. So it's perfect for people who, if you want to run like a workout class, you can easily monetize that. If you want to do a makeup class, if you want to do a presentation, if you want to have like a live podcast, like when we had the Prissy Girl morning show, something like that would have been perfect, because we would have been able to run it the same way. But then we would have been able to get on camera and it would be almost like a virtual, the real show. So I just think that like there are definitely ways that you can, OnlyFans girls are going to fucking eat. They are going to eat on there. It is perfect if you're an OnlyFans girl.
I,
So I don't know. I definitely think it's good.
I would say the fact is that he's trying to get people to navigate from X or Clubhouse. You might get some people over there, but the way you would describe it is the exact same thing how Riff was. It just Riff was a little bit convoluted. You had the music, you could turn the music down, you could turn the music up, you could do like battle features, you could do the video features. Cause I mean, I think we've had a bunch of people on camera when we was on Riff, and Riff actually had easy monetization. My thing is that we all knew that what servers Riff and other audio platforms were using. He's basically saying that all that stuff for little or nothing. So I'm just like, how the fuck do you make your money off the back end without selling data or having people download, do a subscription, or different things like that?
Well,
It's
I
just
know
a lot
there's
of
going to be
holes in it.
advertising. Um, I he was describing it a little bit, but I was like in and out, and this I was, but I hear him say like an annoying